So this is this is your host Steve from the back, coming at you again, raw and unscripted as always. And so, what I wanted to talk about in this rant, basically, is and I started thinking. Well, I mean, I always think about this, but I started thinking about doing a rant kind of about this. Um, when I was at one of the my favorite parks to go to, and I was looking at how well they upkept the grass and kept the dog crap off of the grass, make sure it's in trash bins, all of that, make sure that if anything is overgrown, that they cut it and make sure that things are neat, clean, and safe for the people that go to the park. So it made me think, like, you know what, they're on top, they're really on top of keeping this park nice and orderly and clean, right? And I mean, generally as a person, that's how you like things to be, right? So I thought of, the analogy, and I'm gonna put some pictures up here. And so like I was saying, you guys, sorry before, before I had not get cut off, but like pause. Um, so what I was saying is, like, obviously people seem to have forgotten that as a person, people like nice things, right? People like orderly things. People like things to be orderly and decent, you know? We don't like things to be out of order. We don't like things to be ugly. We don't like things to be um what's the word? Undesirable. You know what I mean? It's like, when do you ever go out and say, like, okay, well, I'm gonna find myself an ugly chick and try to make that my girlfriend? No, right? We don't do that. You don't ever go outside and say, like, okay, let me just go out and find the most dog poop infested sidewalk to go on, right? No, no sane person, no normal person, and I'm far from normal, but at least, I can agree with the fact that, like, I don't want to go out and go on a dirty dog poop infested sidewalk. I don't go outside looking for ugly women. It's like, nothing works like that. And in fact, us as Americans living in America work our asses off. I don't want to really curse, but sorry, just saying, we work our butts off so that we could have nice things, so that we can go out and have the chance of meeting a girl that looks good. First off, hopefully your personality lines up. But, and so as I'm putting up these images on the screen, I want you to say, like, what's similar about these women? Obviously, they're high value, uh, insanely gorgeous women. Obviously, these are very attractive women. And if you're normal to social media and things, you know who these women are. I'm gonna put their names up, but you already know who they are. Um, and the thing which is so funny about this is, like, and I don't want to get, like, deep in this rant, but I kind of am. Um, because this channel is a channel that talks about the paranormal and the occult. And even though I am a conservative, I'm a Satanist, so I do believe in certain things. Someone say, "Oh, I thought Satanists don't believe in it." Man, come on. I'm saying, me being a Satanist, not other Satanists saying me. So I'm saying, we talk about the paranormal, we talk about the spiritual world on this channel from my perspective, not from a Christian perspective, because from a Christian perspective, I'm the bad guy, so it can't be from their perspective. Plus, I don't agree with their perspective, but from my perspective, being a satanic person, being a creature of darkness, being the monster in the movie, like Critters or whatever. You ever seen the movie Critters? And they got all the critters running around, and then there's the one critter who's just is eating, and he's in the shadows, and he's getting bigger, and he's getting stronger, and there's a big old critter at the end that that's me. So the thing is, we talk about the spiritual world on this channel from my perspective, and I look at it like this: before a person is born, you know, this world knows what it needs, right? This world desires beauty into this to come into this world. These people were not born into this world by mistake. They were not born into this. I wouldn't even say they were not born into this world just so they could be gawked at, just so they could be sex machines, quote. Just they have talents and they have personalities and they have things they can bring to this world other than their looks. But the thing I'm trying to hit home is you can clearly see that they were gifted, and they were gifted to bring sheer raw beauty into this world, you know. And that's part of what I'm talking about in this rant of how, like, there's a lot of things in this world that go on that are harsh things, and we have to go to war. You know what I mean? We have to fight for things. I'm not saying even that the reason why we're fighting for these things necessarily is like truly genuine, because there probably is always an agenda behind every war, and there's an agenda behind every person that perpetuates any war, and there is always a secret agenda behind everything. But with all that being said, one thing that is not a secret is the fact that beautiful women heal this world. A beautiful woman is a thing that will heal a cracked individual. Someone who has had to endure things. You know what I mean? And that needs something to stabilize them, or to give them a outlet in a peaceful how do I even say this? Like a peaceful, and I've experienced this before, like having a girlfriend where, you know, that's like the safe space for us, like men, especially if you're not like myself, you're a masculine man. You don't like this world, you don't like a lot of things, you deal with anger, you deal with being violent. A woman gives you like an outlet to where it sort of not saying that you like know that reality just changes, because obviously reality is always going to be it is, but what I'm saying is that it's almost like it gives you a sense of a safe space. It's like when you have a family, like your kids, your wife, your home area is your how do I say this? It's like your sacred place. It's like it's your yeah, it's sacred. Like it's your safe. It's your how the lefties like to call everything a safe, safe space. It's like that. But you like it's not, but it is. You know what I mean? Like, so these women, and this is something people seem to have forgotten, which they need to be reminded of. There's all this nonsense about trans and, oh, what's a woman, and just these are women. Just get out of here with all that. But the thing is, like I said, beauty in order always will heal this world. Okay? Order always has to come, but beauty comes out of order. You get what I'm saying? Beauty comes out of order. When something is orderly and there's enough concentration of what it's supposed to be, okay, always something beautiful will come out of that. Now, someone may even say, oh, does art have to be orderly or beautiful, or does it have to be symmetrical? Does it have to be this to be art? Nah, there's some debate on that, but I'm saying generally, true art is a beautiful thing and is born out of order. It is born out of skill. It's not this wild, nasty thing. It's not what this world is trying to cultivate or trying to manifest. That's not going to bring anything beautiful. That's only going to bring things that are ugly and chaotic and disgusting. So I'm going to keep this rant really, really short. But I want you guys to get the point, okay? And I'm also going to say this, that this whole trend of trying to demonize things that are wholesome, things that are desirable, things that are admirable, like, and you're trying to call everything that is admirable toxic. Like if you're masculine and you're strong, you know, or if it's a woman, you know, and this woman is feminine and she's beautiful, she's strong, she's this, she's that, she's likable, it's somehow wrong, you know what I mean? Or if it's not black, if it's white, it's wrong. You know what I mean? It not understanding that, like, you can't try to pick things, make a false narrative, and then try to program that into people, because it's a lie. And ultimately, those who, you know, have a brain are just going to rebel anyway. We're going to just always going to rebel. You know, think of like this whole thing that happened with the pride flag thing, where they tried to push it down on the high school kids, and then they got mad and they rebelled, like they very well should have. You know, like they start now what happened was a reverse effect. Now the kids were teasing the homosexual kids. Now they're, you know, they're throwing the pride flag around. You know what I mean? They're like ripping up the rainbow color things. It's like, the reason why they were doing that was because of this. This is the problem, right? If you come at someone a certain way and you come at them in a genuine, actual way, like if you come at people in a genuine manner and you're not trying to predate them, you're not trying to be predatory, or not trying to be what's the word, elusive, and you come at someone straightforward with something, but your actual motives behind it, like with these kids, if you weirdos, if your motives were actually pure, and you were just saying like, hey, we just wanted to integrate and make it known that, like, different types of teens in this, you know, high school, college, whatever, we can still, you know, get along, but we are different, and this is why we're different, because we're gay or we're queer or whatever, right? Or we're this or that. And that's fine. You know what I mean? When you come at someone like that, and if you're actually genuine, no one has an issue with that. See, no, that people get along. But it's when you try to force something down these kids' throats because you actually want to prey upon them, because you're actually a predator, and technically a sexual predator, really, at that point. They're not having that. They don't. They're gonna rebel. It's just like how me myself, like a strong masculine straight man, we'll tolerate the fact that there's like this rainbow flag here, there's this gay thing there, because we're realizing these people are not trying to actually hurt anybody. But the second we feel like someone's trying to prey on someone, or someone is trying to like impose or um program people, well, then we have a problem, because it's a push against people's actual will, or it's a push against um the sanctity of someone or something. You know what I mean? Like I said before, the order, it's you're trying to threaten that, and you're trying to do it in a sly manner. And see, when you try to cross over like into that territory, then you got to get shut down. You know what I mean? Just in a person like myself, we're the type of people who are built to do just that, to just shut you down. You know what I mean? And that's the way that works. So people don't like this, and especially people on the left, they don't like this. That's why they don't like us. You know what I mean? They don't like conservative men. They don't like men who are men and women who are women. and they don't like that. You know what I mean? It's because of that very reason, because it's a push against the push. But that's what a person is designed to do. Like an animal, I talked about this before. When an animal is in a corner, an animal will fight you to the death if you try to put it in a corner. Just like a mountain lion may fight a person to the death, whether it wins or loses, because once that fight is on, it's not giving you any ground. It's not backing down. You know what I mean? Like us, we're not backing down. There's no, because it's me or you now. Because you overstepped. That's the thing. You overstepped your boundary. Like I said, you tried to prey upon people, and you can't do that, guys. That's just the way it goes. You can't be thinking that you're gonna sneak up on these kids, and then you're gonna try to institutionalize them, and then you're going to try to prey upon them. That's not gonna fly in any way, shape, or form. So this is what I mean about, like, there has to be an order, and you can try to push against this type of order, but you won't have success, and people will rebel. So you got to understand, first off, this is America. This is not Nigeria. This is not the Philippines. This is not Iraq. This is not. This is America. Okay, so this is where we are right. We're in America, guys. So first off, get that straight. This is America. Okay, and this place was designed for a certain way for certain reasons, and this is where the opportunity is. Okay, so this is what it is, right? So you have a decision, and I'm just going to cut it off right here. You best know what you're fighting for, who you are as a person, what you stand for, and know that if you decide that you're going to go along with XYZ, what that actually means for you or your children that you may have in the future, if you do, or people you just care about in general, or things you care about and value in the long run, and know what are the things you actually value in life, okay? In the why and the how. Really get that straight, because it's going to have an impact. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know, because I can't tell the future. But I'm saying you have to make that decision. So, this is your host, Steve from the back, coming at you again. As always, like, comment, and sub. Um, I don't always do these type of rants about political things, but I just thought I'd do this one because this is one of those things where, like I said, me being a spiritual person knows that this is what the world needs right now. This is what a lot of us need right now. This I mean, this the order. We need this order. You know, we need this type of order and this type of movement, because all that gross, ugly crap that they got going on, they're trying to push onto people, is nothing good. And it's actually, in my opinion, it's like I said about this before, it is the rape of the I mean, it's not only just the rape of free speech, but it is the uh total violation and rape of what is right and how things are supposed to be. So there you go. Like, comment, and sub. This is your host, Steve from the back. This is Steve's Art and Fun channel, and have a good one.